So,
alright, so
nice one.
this is a fun map.
And actually, sometimes that you can move through the water, and that cost me a lot of games.
Yeah, I've had it more than a few times where someone crossed the water and hit me on a side that I was absolutely not expecting to be hit on. I like this map because there's it's this battle for the high ground, but you can't abandon the low, having the morale dojo, the morale shrine, and the workshop and the farmhouse. So it looks like Prussian Prince is going to have the ability to get the morale dojo, or the morale shrine, relatively easy, being so
and
close.
Don't forget that he can deploy anywhere in the forest.
True.
But you know, the reason why I dislike maps like this, on the tournaments you better choose the maps with all three dojo in one line in the middle, because this is really unfair right now. This moral shrine is much better than farmhouse, for example.
Okay, so Prussian Prince is taking a Yari Ashigaru and a matchlock on the left flank. Looks like he's not dedicating his force to it. Maybe just testing the water, seeing how much Unicorn will bite that. He hasn't made a decision to go in either direction. He's still sitting sort of still. Unicorn's taking a move right into the middle. Looks like he's going right into the water.
And I'm not sure, I think Prussian Prince might be hiding something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he showed
cav up in
that
the forest. There we go.
cavalry and that matchlocks on the right flank, they were hidden.
It looks like Prussian Prince is gonna just meet him in the middle here. We're gonna...
This will be interesting.
So on Unicorn's right flank, it looks like he has a lot of, even with fighting against matchlocks here, he has the superior forces. He has 2 Yari Samurai versus a Yari Ashigaru. And even with these matchlocks, it's going to be close, but Prussian Prince is bringing in all his calves on this side. He wants to get around.
And on the right flank of Prussian Prince, he actually managed to flank Unicorn with his matchlock. So it's hard to tell. The fact is that in the water, Nadaches of Prussian Prince will lose their charge bonus, so he can't charge effectively. And for some reason he tried to circle the Unicorn's army, and for all the time he is being shooted by both warrior monks, which one of them killed 44 men, and second already killed 100 men almost. That is huge. And he got his cavalry around, and his matchlock Ashigaru untouched at the same time. So a bit blunder by Unicornattack on his right flank.
It looks like Prussian Prince is going to effectively keep those 2 Yari Samurai occupied, trying to get that matchlock, while he is skirting him back further into the forest, which has allowed him to bring his cav all the way around. And even though they haven't had a direct conflict yet, and it's been mostly skirmishing, it's looking pretty rough here for Unicorn, with Prussian Prince having all these cav in the backfield.
Yeah, and he actually sacrificing 2 of his Yari cavalry to create the gap, and he will try to hit through this gap with remaining cavalry. He's waiting for it. And you see how this matchlock Ashigaru actually managed to give job for 2 Yari Samurai at the same time, and they are not participating in the main fight. And just now Unicorn remembered them and moved. a little bit.
So immediate. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's your turn.
So what I noticed was the first immediately when they collided, this main group here, Prussian Prince hit his rally and inspired a Yari cavalry, which it looks like he threw in to tie down units while he has his matchlocks firing on the ridge. He kept a couple Nodachi back and a Nagi warrior monk in reserve, which it looks like he's flanking further around. He's masterfully moving his cavalry around Unicorn, keeping him occupied and moving constantly. It looks like Unicorn's holding really well, though.
Yeah, that Warcry just make 4 units of Prussian Prince to rout.
My lord, Ihr General ist gefallen. Ein schwerer Schlag.
This is
so, Prussian Prince lost his general. Yeah, this is a great strategy. I have never seen anyone hold off in the middle of this map. So that is a great strategy, and obviously he executed it well. And I think it even says more to the value of the strategy when Unicorn was able to do this against Prussian Prince, which is no slouch in this game. He's excellent with Cav, and Unicorn held himself together with a great opponent, and this strategy was just awesome.
Yeah, but you know, he just relied on the fact that Prussian Prince will probably not bring skirmishes again. Because if Prussian Prince had 1 or 2 bows, Unicorn would have been screwed. So this is a really one-trick pony, if you can use it right. So, how do you... There is a name for that. You call it noob box.
You know, I hate to call it a noob box because the way that he was moving himself around was so... I mean, I guess in the philosophy of the noob boxing, but he was doing much more than any noob is capable of with moving and keeping sure that he had himself in a good position.
And I didn't really understood all the maneuvering of Prussian Prince. I can understand why was he circling with his cavalry, but why did he circle with his Nodaches?
I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but I think he was looking for Unicorn to make mistakes in keeping his box closed, because you can never underestimate cycling charges with good cab charges, and somebody that's great with cavalry that can wiggle them into the spots they need to be in can make and break an army. I mean, it's just... I've watched Prussian Prince in numerous occasions just do the most incredible cavalry charges. He is very good with them. So I think the fact that Unicorn was able to keep him off just by how he maneuvered was just awesome. And you know what? Under huge pressure too. This is that was for the map, the whole tournament right there.
Yeah, and some ridiculous kills on these Naginata warrior monks. Yari Samurai. Well, he did really well defending